Once again, welcome to all of you. Good morning, my dear students. In the previous video, we have covered some topics which are based on the session Create and Use Macros in Spreadsheet. First topic we have covered in previous video, like how we use the macro recorder, how we create a simple macro, and how we use macro as a function. In this video, we will continue with the second topic of this session, how we pass arguments to a macro. Next is how we pass the arguments R as values. These both the topics pass argument to a macro and pass arguments R as values. Both the topics are almost same. For this, I have prepared one presentation file for you. Topic is how we pass arguments to a macro, means passing arguments to a macro. Arguments is nothing but it is just like a parameter. It is just like a parameter. Here I have passed two parameters, means two arguments inside this function. Here the name of the function is test max. Name of the function is text max. X comma y. So x and y both are the argument of this macro. This macro means this function is for accept two arguments and return the larger of the two. Means this function is basically used to find which one value is larger, either x1 or y1. So according to the condition, we will check which number is greater. So if the value of x is greater than equals to y, then we say that x is a larger number. Otherwise, y is the larger number. Is it clear? So for checking this, we have to pass two numbers. The first value like 5 and second value is like -1. If we are passing like this, the first value, this means 5, will assign in variable x, and second value like -1 assign in variable y. After that, it will compare. Now 5 is greater than equals to -1. So this time, yes, condition is true, because we know that 5 is a positive number and 1 is a negative number, or 5 is greater than -1. Yes, this condition is true. True. It means the value of x means 5 will store in variable test max, and this value is returned. So it will display 5 as a output. Just compare this example with previous example. Look this. In this example, we used function summac, but in the parenthesis, inside the parenthesis, we passed nothing. That means this is a default function. This is a default function, means simple function it is. But here in this function, we are passing two arguments. So that's why this topic is passing arguments to a method. Now see, with the help of example in CALC, how we implement this example in CALC software. First, you have to copy this example, copy it, and go to your Excel file, means CALC file, and then tools, select macro, organize macro. After that, open Office Basic. Select this, then click on edit button, then press enter key. Main is necessary. Without the main, program cannot execute. Here you have to paste your file option, then remove this. After that, save this, click on save button. Now it is saved. Minimize. Here in any of the cell, you have to write like equals to test max. means we want to check maximum value, then 5 semicolon minus 1 bracket close, press enter key. See this, we passed two numbers, one is 5 and second one is minus 1. It will return 5 because we know that 5 is a maximum number. Suppose that 35 is given in cell number A3 and 30 is given in cell number A4, and we want to compare which one is greater. For this you have to pass again test max, address of the cell A3 semicolon A4. Now close this bracket, press enter key, you will get the answer like 33, 35. 35 is the value of A3, so it is more than the value of A4. Is it clear? Or you can pass one argument as a cell reference or second argument as a value like equals to test test max max, first value as a cell reference like A3 semicolon, next value may be 50, close this bracket, press enter key, you will get the value like 50 because in cell A3 there is the 35 as a value or which is less than 50, so it return answer 50. Is it clear? Second, arguments are passed as value. Arguments are passed as value, or previous is passing argument to a macro. Means here we are passing arguments. Arguments may be value or may be address of the cell. So here we are passing address of the cell. Look this, argument passed to a macro from scales are always value. So here we are passing arguments. Argument either directly you have to pass numbers, or you have to pass any cell reference, any cell address. So cell address work like as a value. So here the definition says that argument passed to a macro from cals are always value. So this example I explained already. If I passed A1, this is the name of the cell, means cell address, semicolon minus 1. So it will compare the value which is given in cell number A1 and minus 1. If A1 is greater, if the value of A1 is greater than minus 1, then it will return answer value of A1, otherwise it will return answer minus 1. With the help of example I explained already. Look this. See this. Once we passed both the cell reference, so it will compare the value of A3 as well as value of A4. And when press enter key, you will get 35 because the value of A3 is more than the value of A4. Here we passed one argument as a cell reference and second one as a value. Look this, it will compare the value of A3 with 50 and return the answer on the basis of that. See this, 50 is more than 35. I hope no doubt in this topic. Next topic is your write macros that act like built-in function. Built-in function is nothing but it is a ready-made function which are already defined in the software, like sum function. Sum function is called built-in function because it already installed already written in the function. Once the software is created, that time it is written. Similarly, max, min, average, count. So these all the function like are the built-in function. But suppose anybody says that can you create built-in function now this time? So I say no. Why? Because to create built-in function we need organization level accessing or coding. Then only we have to create built-in function. Or after creating built-in function, you have to add this function in the add-in files of Calc or spreadsheet software. See the definition. Macros that act like built-in functions. Although Calc finds and calls macro as normal functions, they do not really behave as built-in function. Means simply we have to create normal functions. Normal function means user-defined function. We can create many of user-defined functions, but it do not really behave built-in function. In actually, it does not act as a built-in function. For example, macros do not appear in the function list. Yes, macros do not appear in the function list. It is possible to write function that behave as regular function by writing an add-ins. If we write this function, means this normal function in the add-ins files of a spreadsheet software, then it behave like a built-in function. Otherwise, it doesn't behave like a built-in function. This is the major difference between built-in function and normal function. So here in the software, we are making normal function instead of built-in function because we have no rights to create built-in function. Then next topic is accessing cells directly. So you can access the OOO, that means Open Office Organization, internal objects directly to manipulate a Calc document. Internal object means address of the cell. It behave like a value and then we can access it directly and then it provide result. In the previous example we have seen this accessing cells directly. Two examples we have done. One is this one without the parameter, without the arguments. Look this, here we are accessing the value of cell A2 as well as the value of A3, and after that we are getting the sum of these two cells and storing the result in some variable, and after that it returned by using some mac function. Is it clear? Here in the next example, when we are passing argument, so it here it means we are directly access this cell A1. Is it clear? So this topic is saying nothing but it is saying how we access internal objects directly to manipulate data. Is it clear? Now next topic is our sort the columns using macros. You know very well the definition of sort. Sort means arrange your data in any of the order, either ascending order or descending order. When you are talking about numbers, so arranging in increasing order or decreasing order. Is it clear? For that, either you have to learn the code and then write this code in the software, or second method, directly use the sorting option and record your macro and then use that macro. Clear? So here this time we don't know the how to create this function, this macro. Simply we have to use this concept. Here you have to write some values like 89, 45, 79, 30, 25 or 90, like this. Here I passed 6 values. Then you have to go to the tools menu and then select record values. Select these values, then go to the short ascending option in the toolbar menu. Click on this. Once you click on this, you will get your data in ascending order, means increasing order, like 25, 30, 45, 79, 89, and last one is 90. And then you have to click on this stop recording. Then here you have to create your own macro. So write the name of the macro like auto short, auto short, and then click on this save button. Once you click on the save button, see what will happen when you call this macro again. So again you have to change some value like 56, 28, 78, 79, 63, 90, and then call this macro. Go to the tools, macro, run macro. It will take some time, so wait for this. Now auto sort, this is the macro. Once you run this, you will see your data is arranged in ascending order. Clear? And if you want to see the code of this, go to the tools, macro, macro organizer, OpenOffice Basic, then add it. You will see this code is appeared here, auto sort. Is it clear? This is the code, how we sort this value. So that's all for today, because I covered all the topics which are given in the session. How to use macro recorder, how to create a simple macro, use a macro as a function, pass argument to a macro, pass the argument R as values, write macros that act like built-in function, access cells directly, and how to sort the columns using macro. Thank you class. If you have any doubt, so feel free and ask your doubts. Okay, once again, thank you class.